Hi students and friends, this is your host and teacher Syed Ayazuddin Haider. You're watching Learn and Teach by Sir Ayaz. So I was doing past paper questions and this time I'm doing this for 0620 and I selected the variant 21 and it's of October-November 2023. I'm not going to read the other formalities for this paper like instructions and the format of the paper. You know, it's paper 2 multiple choice extended version. It's of 45 minutes. There will be 40 questions on this paper. You have to choose one of the best answer. 40 marks for this paper. Periodic table is printed in the question paper. Any rough working, whatever you want to do, you will do this on this paper. So let's start the paper. Number 1, a gas is placed in a sealed container. The gas has a pressure of 1 atmosphere and a temperature of 50 degrees centigrade. It is heated to 100 degrees centigrade. Which row describes the cause of the pressure of the gas and the effect of increasing the temperature of the gas? Now, there's cause of gas pressure and effect of increased temperature of the gas. In A, they are saying collisions between gas particles. It's not due to the collision between gas particles. So this statement is incorrect. If one of the statement is incorrect, no need to read the other statement. This will save your time. But for your convenience, I'm reading the other statement. For effect of increased temperature of the gas, collisions become less frequent. This is also incorrect because increased temperature will increase energy as well as the speed of the gas particles. In B, collisions between gas particles. Again, this is incorrect. What about average speed? The average speed of the gas particle increases. This is correct. A and B is incorrect. What about C? Collisions between gas particles and the container. This is correct. Cause of gas pressure is due to collision between gas particles and the container. The effect of increased temperature of the gas, collisions become less frequent. This is incorrect. Obviously, choice D will be the right answer in this case. Collisions between gas particles and the container, the average speed of the gas particles increases. Moving to next question. Number 2. 4 experiments, each containing a different acidic gas, are set up as shown. The dividing gas plates are removed at the same time. In which set of apparatus does the litmus turn red first? So let's see the gases first. We have carbon dioxide, this is acidic gas. Hydrogen chloride, this is also acidic gas. We have nitrogen dioxide, this is acidic gas. We have SO2, this is also acidic gas. So it means they all will turn blue litmus paper into red. Now, how you are going to work out which of these gases will turn the blue litmus paper red into red first? For this, we need to calculate the MR of this. Where is carbon? Here is carbon, group 4. AR of carbon is 12. Oxygen in group 6. AR of oxygen is 16. So, we have 12 plus 2 multiplied by 32. And we'll get 44. What about hydrogen chloride? Hydrogen is here. AR is 1. Chlorine. Here is chlorine, 35.5 is the AR. So we have 1 plus 35.5. It gives 36. 36 will be the MR of hydrogen chloride. Nitrogen dioxide and O2. Where is nitrogen? Here is nitrogen. 14 is the AR. So we have 14 plus 2 multiplied by 32. 14. Sorry, this must be 16. This can't be 32. This must be 16. So 32 plus 14. 32 plus 14, 46. What about SO2? Where is S? S is here. Sulfur. 32 is its AR. So 32 plus 2 multiplied by 16, which gives 32. 32 plus 32 gives 64. So obviously, choice B will be the right answer as HCl is having low MR. Number 3, the group 1 element's potassium forms an ionic bond with group 7 element fluorine. which two ions are produced? Where's potassium and fluorine? Here's potassium, it's in group 1. Fluorine, it's in group 7. The valency for group 1 is +1. Group 7, -1. Group 1 will form +1 charge ions, and group 7 will form -1 ion, minus charge ion. So obviously choice B will be the right answer in this case. Other choices are incorrect because in A they are saying K plus and F plus. This is incorrect because F is a non-metal, does not form F plus ion. C is also incorrect because K is a metal, does not form K minus ion. D is incorrect. K does not form minus ion and F does not form plus ion. Number 4, X and Y are atoms. X and Y have the same number of electron shells. X and Y have the same number of outer electrons. X and Y have different mass numbers. Which statements about X and Y are correct? X and Y are isotopes. This is correct. Number 2, X and Y have the same total number of electrons. If X and Y are isotopes, they must have same total number of electrons. So this is also correct. Number 3, X and Y have the same chemical properties. Isotopes have same chemical properties. So this statement is also correct. So A will be the right answer in this case. Number 5, lithium chloride is an ionic compound and silicon 4 oxide is a covalent compound. Which statement about both compounds is correct? A, they are not soluble in water. This is incorrect. The reason is that most of the ionic compounds are soluble in water. B, they conduct electricity when melted. This is incorrect because only lithium chloride, which is an ionic compound, conducts electricity when melted. Silicon 4 oxide does not conduct electricity even when melted. So this is also incorrect. C, they do not conduct electricity in solid form. This is correct. The reason is that both of these will not conduct electricity when they are in the solid state. D, they have low melting points. This is also incorrect because they both have giant structures. So they will definitely have high melting points. Number 6, which equations are balanced? Number 1, Fe2O3 plus 3CO gives 2Fe plus 3CO2. This equation is balanced. If you count the number of atoms of each element on both sides of the equation, you will find that all of these are balanced. We have 2 atoms of Fe on the reactant side as well as on the product side. We have 3 plus 3, 6 atoms of oxygen on the reactant side, and on the product side, 3 multiplied by 2, 6. It is balanced. What about carbon? Carbon is also balanced. There are 3 atoms on the reactant side as well as on the product side. So 1 is correct. So now you can narrow down your choices. Either A is correct or B is correct. Let's check the other choices also for your convenience. 2 ZnCO3 plus 2HCl gives ZnCl2 plus CO2 plus 2H2O. This is incorrect. The reason is that Zn is balanced on both sides of the equation. What about carbon? Carbon is also balanced. What about oxygen? Oxygen is also balanced. 2 plus 1, 3 on the product side and 3 on the reactant side. What about hydrogen? On the reactant side, it's 2, but on the product side, it's 4. No need to do the further working. It's not balanced. Number 3, MgNO3 whole twice plus NaOH gives MgOH whole twice plus 2NaNO3. Mg is balanced. What about nitrogen? Nitrogen is also balanced on both sides of the equation. What about oxygen? 3 multiplied by 2, it's 6. And 6 plus 1 is 7. On the product side, we have 2 and 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. 6 plus 2, 8. So it is also not balanced. No need to do further working for this one. Number 4, CaCO3 plus H2SO4 gives CaSO4 plus H2O plus CO2. Count the number of atoms of each element on both sides of the equation. We will find it. Ca balanced, carbon balanced, oxygen 3 plus 4, 7 on the product side, 4 plus 1 plus 2, 7, it's balanced. Hydrogen 2 on the product side, it's 2. Sulfur 1 on the reactant side, 1 on the product side, so it is balanced. So obviously B will be the right answer in this case. Always try to narrow down your choices. Number 7, which row shows the formula of sodium carbonate, zinc nitrate and ammonium sulfate? Now, where is sodium in the periodic table? It's in group 1. So it must carry +1 charge, and zinc carries +2 charge. Ammonium ion carries +1 charge. For the negative ions, CO3 carries -2 charge, NO3 carries minus charge, SO4 carries -2 charge. So let's predict the formula for sodium carbonate. NaCO3, we have +1 for Na and -2 for carbonate. Ignore the charges, so you will get what? You will get Na2CO3. So either A is correct or B is correct. Both C and D is incorrect. You see, I have narrowed down the choices. Now you can easily work out the formula for the other compounds. Zinc nitrate. Zinc always carries +2 charge. So +2 will be the valency for zinc. What about nitrate? It always carries -1 charge. So ignoring the charges, what we'll get? We'll get ZnNO3 whole twice. So obviously B will be the right answer in this case. A can't be the right answer. For your convenience, I'm predicting the formula for ammonium sulfate also. Ammonium carries +1 charge. Sulfate ion carries -2 charge. Ignoring their charges, what will you get? You will get NH4 whole twice SO4. This is correct. Choice B will be the right answer. Number 8. Which statements about hydrogen and oxygen are correct? Hydrogen and oxygen can react to produce electricity. Hydrogen and oxygen can be made by the electrolysis of dilute aqueous sodium chloride. Yes, hydrogen and oxygen can be made by the electrolysis of dilute aqueous sodium chloride, and hydrogen and oxygen can produce electrical energy. So D will be the right answer in this case. Number 9. Graphite has a giant covalent structure. Which statements about graphite are correct? 1. Carbon atoms form 4 covalent bonds with neighboring atoms. This is incorrect, because in graphite, each carbon form 3 bonds with neighboring carbon atoms. So this is incorrect. Number 4, there are delocalized electrons between layers of carbon atoms. This is correct, because there are delocalized or mobile electrons between layers of carbon atoms. Number 3, graphite is a useful lubricant. This is also correct, because weak intermolecular force allows the layer of carbons in graphite to slide or skid over each other, which means it acts as a lubricant. Number 4, graphite is a good conductor of electricity. This is also correct. So B will be the, C will be the right answer in this case. 2, 3, and 4. Which reaction pathway diagram represents an endothermic reaction? Remember, in the endothermic reaction, you must have product at the high energy state. I repeat my statement. In endothermic reaction, product will be at high energy state than the reactants. Product at high energy state than reactants. So either choice A is correct or B is correct in this case. Both C and D are incorrect. Now, during endothermic reaction, energy is absorbed, which means delta H must be plus. It can't be in minus sign. So B will be the right answer in this case. Moving to next question, number 11. Hydrogen burns in oxygen. The equation for the reaction is shown. This reaction 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2. The table shows the bond energies involved. We have bond energy for HH, bond energy for O double bond O, bond energy for OH. What is the energy given out during the reaction? So this reaction is exothermic, because they are saying what is the energy given out during the reaction. There is a formation of bond. The sign for the delta H must be minus. So you can have any of these choices can be correct for this one. So let's do the calculation. So we have 2 molecules of hydrogen on the right hand side. So you have H bond H plus O bond H bond H, another H bond H. We have 1 mole of O2, O double bond O, gives product 2 molecules or 2 moles of H2O. So we have HOH, HOH. So 2 moles of hydrogen, 2 multiplied by 436 plus O double bond O, 498. Bracket closed, minus we have 4 OH or HO bond, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 will be multiplied by 464. So 2 multiplied by 436, what we will get? We will get 2, 6, 12, 2, 3, 6, 7, 2, 4 are 8, plus 498, minus 4 multiplied by 4 is 16. 1 up, 4 multiplied by 6 is 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. So 2 moves up. 4 multiplied by 4 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. So 872 plus 498 minus 1856 minus 486. So C must be the right answer for this question. Number 12. Which process involves a chemical change? Chemical change always involves the formation of a new compound. So in A, when you add sodium to water, what you will get? When you add, sodium is a reactive metal. When you add sodium to water, you will get NaOH plus H2 gas. So there's new compound producing. So A must be the right answer. For your convenience, I am reading the other statements. B is incorrect. Boiling water is a physical change. Number C, dissolving sodium chloride in water. When you dissolve sodium chloride in water, it produces sodium plus ions and chloride negative ions. So it's also a physical change. It's not chemical change because there are no new substances produced. D, producing water from aqueous sodium chloride. When you produce water from aqueous sodium chloride, it means you are simply heating. You are evaporating and cooling the water. So it's also a physical change, not chemical change. So obviously A will be the right answer in this case. Number 13. An experiment is carried out to find the rate of reaction between hydrochloric acid and zinc. We have ZnS plus 2HCl aqueous gives ZnCl2 aqueous plus H2 gas. The results of the experiment are shown. We have time on x-axis and amount of something on y-axis. What is the label on y-axis? You can either have concentration of HCl or mass of zinc. You can't have amount of ZnCl2 produce or volume of H2 produce. So both A and D is incorrect. So B and C, either B or C is correct. So which one should be correct? To recall, during this experiment, you add excess of metal to acid, which means metal is in excess amount. So HCl must be the limiting reactant. We have added excess of HCl to Zn. We have added excess of HCl to Zn so that all Zn will react to produce ZnCl2. So HCl is the one which is in excess quantity. So y-axis must be of HCl. This concentration of HCl. Concentration of HCl will be decreasing. So B must be the right answer for number 13. Number 14. Hydrogen peroxide H2O2 decomposes to form water and oxygen. This is a reaction to H2O2. Aqueous gives 2H2O liquid plus O2 gas. Manganese 4 oxide catalyzes the decomposition reaction. The reaction is investigated in 4 experiments. In experiment 1, they have used 12.5 centimeter cube of 1 mole per dm cube of hydrogen peroxide. Condition is 25 degrees centigrade with manganese 4 oxide powder. Number 2, 12.5 centimeter cube of 2 mole per dm cube H2O2, and the conditions 40 degrees centigrade with manganese 4 oxide powder added. Number 3, 25 centimeter cube of 1 mole per dm cube H2O2, conditions 40 degrees centigrade without manganese 4 oxide powder. Number 4, 25 centimeter cube of 1 mole per dm cube H2O2, conditions 40 degrees centigrade with manganese 4 oxide powder added. All reactions go to completion, and all measurements of gas volumes are at room temperature and pressure. Which statement is correct? A. Experiment 1 produces less gas than experiment 4. So first of all, we should know the number of moles of H2O2. So what I'm going to do, I will calculate the number of moles for each of these experiments 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 12.5 of 1 mole per dm cube means you will divide 12.5 by 1000, 0.0125. So here we have 0.0125 for experiment number 1. What about number 2? We have 12.5 of 2 mole per dm. So 12.5 multiplied by 2 and divided by 1000, 0.025. So here you have 0.025. What about experiment number 3? 25 multiplied by 1 and divided by 1000, 0.025. So for experiment number 3, 0.025. Experiment number 4, same. We have 25 centimeter cube of 1 mole per dm cube of H2O2. So you again have 0.025. So we have high number of moles in case of 2, 3, and 4 as compared to 1. Experiment 1 produces less gas than experiment 4. What they are saying? They are saying that experiment 1 is producing less gas than experiment 4. This is correct. But the next statement, at the same rate. At the same rate. So this is incorrect. You can't have at the same rate. The reason is that it's happening at 25 degrees centigrade and 40 degrees centigrade. So this is incorrect. What about B? Experiment 2 produces more gas than experiment 1. This is also correct, but at the same rate. Let's compare 1 and 2. Again, you see 25 degrees centigrade, 40 degrees centigrade. This is incorrect. What about C? Experiment 2 and 4 each produce the same volume of gas. This is correct. 2 and 4 both have same number of moles but at different rates. What they are saying? They are saying at different rates. The reason is that the concentration of H2O2 is different. That's why they are having different rates. So this must be the right statement for this question. Number D, experiment 3 and 4 each produce the same volume of gas. What about 3 and 4? Are they producing same volume of gas? Yes, 3 and 4, they are producing same volume of gas and at the same rate. In case of 3, catalyst is not there. Without this catalyst, but in 4, the catalyst is there. So obviously, choice C will be the right answer in this case. Number 15, sulfuric acid is produced by the contact process, which shows the typical conditions used in the process. The catalyst used in the process is vanadium 5 oxide. So either C is correct or D is correct. What about the temperature? The temperature condition is 450 degrees centigrade. So pressure 200 kPa. So choice C will be the right answer for number 15. Number 16. Which equation shows the reduction of copper? Only choice A seems to correct to me, because if you look at the charges on each, you will find that copper is reduced in A, not in the other choices. For your convenience, I am doing the working. CuO, Cu carries +2 charge as oxygen carries -2 charge. Oxygen is in group 6. Here is oxygen. Group C, group 6 carries -2 charge. What about carbon? Carbon must be carrying 0 charge. On the product side, copper carrying 0 charge. So you see the change for copper only. I'm not looking at the change in oxidation state for the other elements, as they are asking about copper in this equation. So +2 to 0 means this decrease in oxidation state. Decrease in oxidation state. That is reduction. Choice B, CuS plus 3O2 gives Cu2CuO plus 2SO2. No change. Both sides carrying +2 charge. So this is incorrect. C, Cu gas gives Cu liquid. So only state changes. There's a physical change. So no change in oxidation state. Same situation with D, liquid to solid state. So obviously A will be the right answer for this. Number 17, which statement about acids is correct? A weak acid partially dissociate in aqueous solution. This looks correct to me. For your convenience, I am reading the other statements. B, an acid accepts proton when added to water. This is wrong. Acid is a proton donor. Acids are proton donor. Number C, ethanoic acid acts as a strong acid when added to water. Ethanoic acid is a weak acid. So this is incorrect. D, hydrochloric acid is a strong acid that ionizes in water to form H negative ion. It does not produce H negative ion, it produces H positive ion. This is also incorrect. A will be the right answer for this one. Number 18, copper 2 sulfate is formed by reacting excess solid copper 2 carbonate with dilute sulfuric acid. Which processes are part of the precipitation of solid copper 2 sulfate? 1, crystallization. This is correct. 2, distillation. This is incorrect. 3, filtration. Yeah, this is also correct. 4, titration. We are not performing any titration here. So A must be the right answer for this one. Number 19. Which type of reaction is represented by the equation shown? If you look at the equation, these two will join to produce PbI2. These two join to give or remain as it is here. So it's an example of precipitation reaction, because in precipitation reaction you are mixing two soluble salts or aqueous soluble solution of soluble salts to produce a solid, precipitate, and soluble salt. So it must be D. It's not addition, it's not showing any redox, it's not neutralization reaction. Number 20. Which compound is likely to be colored? Look at the elements. We have KMnO4, KNO3, we have K2CO3, and we have K2SO4. So A must be colored. The reason is that it contains Mn. Where is Mn? Here is Mn. Mn is a transition metal, so it must be colored. 21. Which statements about the metal zinc are correct? Number 1. It is extracted from the ore bauxite. This is incorrect. It's not extracted from the ore bauxite. Number 2. It is used to galvanize steel. This is correct. Number 3. It is used to make the alloy brass. Yes, this is also correct. In brass, it do contain zinc. 4, it reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to produce hydrogen gas. This is also correct. So C will be the right answer for this question. 22. The electronic configurations of 4 elements P, Q, R, and S are shown. Which elements are unreactive monoatomic gases? So monoatomic gases, we have only group 8 elements that exist as monoatomic gases. We have helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, Rn, organizon. So helium is the one which has 2 as its electronic configuration, others having 2,8 or 2,88. So B and S must be the answer. So B must be the right answer for this question. Both of these exist as unreactive monatomic gases. 23. Which row compares the strength of alloys with pure metals and explains the difference in strength? Strength of an alloy compared to a pure metal. So strength of alloy, it's a stronger as compared to pure metal. So either C is correct or D is correct. Both A and B is incorrect. You see, I have narrowed down the choices. Now, let's see the C and D statement for the explanation. In C, what they are saying, larger atoms slide more easily over smaller atoms. This is wrong because larger atoms make it harder for the small atom layers to slide over one another. So D must be the right answer in this case. 24. Zinc oxide reacts with carbon to produce zinc. Which equation represents this reaction? ZnO is a formula for zinc oxide. It's reacting with carbon to produce Zn. And either CO or CO2 is the product. Let's look at these equations first. So in the first equation, we have 2ZnO plus C gives 2Zn plus CO. This is incorrect because this equation is also not balanced. What about B? 2ZnO plus 2C gives 2Zn plus 2CO2. This is also incorrect because there are 4 atoms of oxygen on the product side and 2 atoms of oxygen on the reactant side. This is incorrect. C, ZnO plus C gives Zn plus CO. This looks correct to me. For your convenience, I am reading the last equation. ZnO plus 2C gives Zn plus 2CO2. This is also incorrect because this is not balanced. We have 4 atoms of oxygen on the product side and 1 atom of oxygen on the reactant side. So C will be the right answer in this case. 25. When a piece of aluminum foil is added to dilute hydrochloric acid, no effervescence is seen. Which statement explains why no effervescence is seen? You know that aluminum forms a protective oxide layer. Due to this reason, we will not see effervescence because a layer prevents its further reaction. So obviously choice B will be the right answer in this case. For your convenience, I am reading the other statements. A, aluminum does not make a gas when it reacts with an acid. This is incorrect because it does make a gas when it reacts with an acid. C, aluminum is less reactive than hydrogen. This is wrong. If you look at the reactivity series, aluminum is above hydrogen. It's more reactive than hydrogen. D, aluminum only reacts with concentrated acid. This is also incorrect because it reacts with both concentrated and dilute acids. 26, iron nails are stored in an airtight container. This airtight container with the lid on top of it. We have iron nails, lots of iron nails. The nails begin to rust after a few days. How can the rusting of the nails be prevented? A, leave the lid off. This is incorrect because if you leave the lid off, it will allow the water and more oxygen to come in contact with the iron nails, which results in rusting of iron nails. B, replace the air with argon. This looks correct to me because if you look at the position of argon, it's in group 8. They are argon. It is used in providing inert atmosphere. Used in providing inert atmosphere. C, put the container in a warm place. This is wrong because air will remain there in the container, so it will definitely rust. D, seal the container in a bag. It will also not help because air is still there, which means both oxygen and water are present, so iron will rust. Obviously, choice B will be the right answer in this case. 27. Four substances present in the blast furnace during iron extraction are listed. Number 1, calcium carbonate. Number 2, carbon dioxide. Number 3, carbon monoxide. Number 4, iron 3 oxide. Which substances are both a reactant and a product during the reactions occurring in the blast furnace? So we have these reactions taking place in the blast furnace. C plus O2 gives CO2. CO2 reacting further with carbon or coke, producing carbon monoxide. And CO is the main reducing agent, Fe2O3 plus CO gives Fe plus CO2. This equation is balanced. Last equation, second last equation, CaCO3 gives CaO plus CO2. And this CaO reacts with SiO2, producing CaSiO3. Now you can easily see which of these are both a reactant and product. Carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. So 2 and 3. C must be the right answer for this question. Moving to next question. Aluminium is extracted from purified bauxite by electrolysis. Which row shows the ionic half equations for the reaction at each electrode? At anode, there is a loss of electron by the oxygen. So obviously A and B is incorrect. Either C is correct or D is correct. Oxygen loses electron to produce O2 gas. So in C, they are showing oxygen has gained electron. So definitely choice D must be the right answer. For your convenience, I am reading the cathode reaction also. Al 3 plus 3 electrons gives Al. This is also correct. So both of these reactions are correct at their respective electrodes. 29. Which test is used to show that a sample of water is pure? Evaporate the water to see if any solids remain. This is incorrect because you can evaporate any liquid and you won't see any solid. Doesn't mean it's pure water. B, heat the water to check its boiling point. This looks correct to me because this tells the exact boiling point of the water, which is 100 degrees centigrade. C, test with anhydrous cobalt 2 chloride. This also does not tell that water is pure because if impurity is there, still it will convert cobalt 2 chloride. It will convert anhydrous cobalt 2 chloride into hydrated form. So this is also incorrect. D, use universal indicator paper to check its pH. It's a neutral substance, so it can't be used here. So B must be the right answer in this case. 30. Catalytic converters in car exhaust change polluting gases into non-polluting gases. Which statements about oxides of nitrogen and car engines are correct? Number 1. The nitrogen in oxides of nitrogen comes from compounds in gasoline. The nitrogen in oxides of nitrogen, are they coming from gasoline? This is incorrect. They are not coming from gasoline. Number 2, the oxygen in oxides of nitrogen comes from the air in the car engine. This is correct. Oxygen, it does come from the air. Number 3, catalytic converters convert oxides of nitrogen into nitrogen. This is also correct. So 2 and 3 is the right choice. So B is the right answer. Moving to next question, the structures of two molecules X and Y are shown. We have X and Y. Which row describes X and Y? So let's check whether these are structural isomers or not. And then I will check whether they belong to same homologous series or not. Structural isomers, for this, they must have same molecular formula. The molecular formula of X is C. How many C's there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have C7. Hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have H14 here. What about Y? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C6. Formula 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. They are not structural isomers, so you can easily narrow down the choices. A and C and D is incorrect. Either A is correct or B is correct. Let's check whether they are of same homologous series. Both of these contains one covalent bond, so they must be belonging to the same homologous series. So B will be the right answer for 31. 32. What is the structure of butanoic acid? Butanoic acid must contain C double bond OOH, and there must be 4 carbon atoms in all. 4 carbon atoms in all. So A is incorrect, it's carrying OH. B is incorrect, again carrying OH. Either C is correct or D is correct. Count the number of carbon atoms. C, 1, 2, 3. This is incorrect. So D must be the right answer. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms, and COOH is there, which is the functional group for butanoic acid. So D will be the right answer in this case. 33. When a mixture of methane and chlorine is exposed to ultraviolet light, a reaction takes place. Which statements about this reaction are correct? 1. It's an addition reaction. This is incorrect. It's not an addition reaction. 2. The ultraviolet light provides activation energy. This is correct. 3. An equation for the reaction is CH4 plus Cl2 gives CH2Cl2 plus H2. This is incorrect. You won't get H2, you will get HCl. 4. CH3Cl is made in this reaction. In the reaction, this is also correct. So D must be the right answer for this question. 34. Esters are formed when a carboxylic acid reacts with an alcohol. What is the catalyst for this reaction? So we need the catalyst for the esterification reaction, the reaction between carboxylic acid and alcohol. It must be acid. So C is the right answer in this case. 35. The diagram shows part of a polymer. This is a polymer. Which diagram shows a monomer from which this polymer is made? If you look at the repeat unit, these are the repeat units. So obviously, this must be the monomer. So C must be the right answer for this one. 36. Nylon and PET are polymers. PET is polyester. Which statements about these polymers are correct? They are both condensation polymers. This is correct. 2. HO, CH2, CH2, CH2OH could be a monomer for both polymer. This is incorrect because we have a nylon. In nylon, you must have C double bond CO2H on both ends, and for one monomer, and for the other monomer, it must be carrying NH2, NH2. It is possible for PET only, this formula. So this is incorrect. 3. The complete combustion of both polymers give 2 products only. This is also incorrect because nylon containing nitrogen, so it will produce oxides of nitrogen. So C must be the right answer for 36. 37. Ethane is used as a fuel. Which equation shows the complete combustion of ethane? During complete combustion, the products are carbon dioxide and water. First of all, you should know the formula for ethane. Ethane is C2H6. So both C and D is incorrect. And for complete combustion, you will get carbon dioxide and water. So obviously, choice A must be the right answer. In choice A, you are getting carbon dioxide and water. 38. The painkiller paracetamol is synthesized from 4-aminophenol. Chromatography is done on an impure sample of paracetamol. The results are shown. The diagram is not drawn to scale. We have solvent front, we have baseline. S is impure sample of paracetamol. P is pure paracetamol. The sample of paracetamol is contaminated with 4-aminophenol only. What is the RF value of 4-amino phenol. So we need to calculate the RF value of 4-amino phenol in this case. So impure one, it must contain, it's contaminated with 4-amino phenol. So it must be this one, 4-amino phenol. 2.6 is a distance traveled by 4-amino phenol. 2.60 divided by distance traveled by the solvent, it's 3.50. So we need to multiply 2.6 by 3.50. 2.6 divided by 3.5, 0.74. This must be the right answer for this question. Number 39, the equation for the reaction of aqueous calcium nitrate and aqueous sodium hydroxide is shown. CNO3 whole twice aqueous plus 2NOH aqueous gives CaOH whole twice S plus 2NaNO3 aqueous. Which process is used to remove calcium hydroxide from the mixture? Calcium hydroxide is existing in the solid state, so it must be removed through filtration. So D is the right answer in this case. 40, the results of two tests on aqueous compound X are given. The test warm with aluminum foil and aqueous sodium hydroxide, result ammonia is produced. Other test aqueous sodium hydroxide, brown precipitate. Brown precipitate is of Fe plus 3. And when you heat aluminum foil with aqueous sodium hydroxide, this must be the test for the nitrate ion. So it must be iron 3 nitrate. If you will predict the formula, you will get this FeNO3 whole thrice. So it must be iron 3 nitrate. Thanks for watching. Press like and share my videos. For more videos, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon.